There's a reason why the same marketing advice works beautiful for one person and completely drains another. Same strategy, same platform, same effort, but totally different results. And it's not mindset and it's not consistency either. It's how you actually build to build your business and attract clients. And that's what human design tells you when you apply to your business instead of just your personal life. There's a version of your brand that doesn't need to be pushed. It pulls. I'm Judith K. Ritz, founder of the Spirit Brand Academy, and this is the Magnetic Brand Podcast. Every week, we go deep on what actually makes a brand magnetic through human design, astrology, and archetypes. In solo episodes and real conversations with women who've built something that feels like them. Let's get into it. Most human design content tells you how to manage your energy in your daily life. And as you already know, human design is one of the tools that I use in my work. So in this episode, I will share with you how your human design type actually determines the way that you attract clients and build your business, because it's a huge difference whether you're a reflector, which is the rarest human design type, or a manifesting generator, which is actually my human design type. And I've talked to a lot of other business owners that also either got into human design to learn for their own business or that are actually human design experts. And before they knew their human design, they applied business strategies and marketing strategies that were not made for them actually, and that drained them. And they were burned out and they were ready to just forget about their whole business and don't do anything at all anymore. So in this episode, I will dive in what actually is necessary based on your human design type to build your business, to market yourself so that you easily attract the right clients and that it gives you energy instead of draining your energy. So what I will do now, I will go through each of the 5 types and share with you how you're supposed to build your business and to market yourself. And I want you to listen carefully to really see if this is something you already apply in your business, or if you now realize like, shit, I'm actually building my business on someone else's energy and I'm supposed to build my business differently. So I will start with the manifestors. The manifestors, they are like 7 to 8% of humanity. So if you're a manifestor, you belong to a very rare human design type. You are built to initiate, and your brand works the same way. So that means you don't need to explain your vision step by step or build it up to a point. You declare, and the right people respond to your declaration. And what I see a mistake that a lot of manifestors do, once I know they are a manifestor, of course I can see it clearly, is they are softening their marketing. They are softening their messaging. They're softening their voice. They are softening the way the way they show up. They are softening their edges, or they're adding more context in order to be and to feel more approachable, more likable. But that's exactly backwards, because as a manifestor, your magnetism lives in the directness of your statements, not in the warmth of the delivery. Your content doesn't need to invite discussions. Your content needs to land with force so that people immediately feel it's for them, or they immediately know it's not for them. That's what it is with a manifestor. When you meet a manifestor, you either know like, okay, I love this person, or no, thank you, not my cup of tea. Both is correct, because you only want to attract the right people and repel the wrong people. So, and therefore you really need to live your manifestor energy, and you need to market like a manifestor and not market like a generator. You don't need to create more stories, be warmer, be more inviting. No, when you do this, then your brand loses actually the quality that makes it compelling. The second type is the generator. So generators, including manifesting generators, we are like 70% of humanity. So you can say about 35% are pure generators, about the other 35% are manifesting generators. A generator attracts through genuine enthusiasm and response. And the brand challenge for most generators is that they've been taught to manufacture content instead of actually respond to things. So as a generator, you mustn't market like a manifestor. You're not here to initiate. You're here to respond. Your content works in the way that comes from a real yes inside. When you have the sacred response, when you when you responded to a sign on the outside or a question of somebody, and then you feel this energy push or this excitement, like, yes, I want to talk about it. Yes, I need to share this. Yeah, this is amazing. And it just like comes out of you. And you can't stop it, this real life force energy. This is the sacred response. So also it means like, that you talk about something that you genuinely care about, or that you respond to a question somebody asks you. So for example, doing polls in your Insta stories works amazing for you, because then you can respond to what people choose there. Or if you use the question sticker, you can answer their questions and respond to them. And you will really feel that when you do this, it really lights you up. You're lit up by responding to someone and talking about your topic and having the outside inspiration, actually. At the moment that you start creating content like this, and not only from strategy alone, then it's a complete different story. And if you only create content because you're like, okay, but I committed to creating content 5 times a week, now I need to stick with it. But actually there's no energy behind it. No, yes, I want to share this. I need to share this. It just feels flat. And your audience can feel that. They can't name it, but they feel like it feels flat or it feels off. It's just like blah, there's nothing behind it. So, and your generator marketing works best when it really shows your actual experience of doing the work and not just the outcome. And sharing your enthusiasm for the process. That is your brand and that is your marketing. And that's how it works, building a business that gives you energy instead of draining your energy. Now, the manifesting generators, which by the way is my human design type, we are very similar to the generators. We have the same response. We also need to respond to questions or the signs from the outside, but the difference is that we move much faster. We manifest the fastest, and especially after we had this response. And also we pivot more. And also we are the born multitasker. So we carry multiple threads at once. And this gives us energy. For the pure generator, this would be super draining. When they multitask, it drains their energy. When we manifesting generators multitask, it gives us energy. So also we are the type that have the most diverse business. So we have the most diverse business, and we can do different things at the same time. And I can see this in myself. And if you listen to my first episode, you already know, like, I was an athlete. At the same time, I started my business as a personal fitness trainer. Also, I added network marketing to it. And then later I pivoted to online marketing mentoring. And now I do brand energy, brand identity work. And I still do network marketing and other things at the same time. And the thing is just that you need to know, like, okay, when do you switch? And you always switch your focus between the things that you work on based on your energetic response as well. So your brand's job is actually not to narrow down who you are. So the worst advice actually for a manifesting generator is niche down. Focus on one thing. If somebody tells you this and you're a manifesting generator, stop listening to that person. Because if you try to apply this approach, it would probably work a week. For me, it never worked. So, and now I know why as well. So narrowing down is not your concept. It's not your strategy. So that means your threat is not your niche. It's the person. So speed and course correction are features when you name them honestly. And also your human design profile, in my case, it's a 3-5 profile, adds another layer to it. So in my case, it's the willingness to show the experiments and include what didn't work. Include the mess, because that builds trust much faster than if you just show the polished outcome, the polished case studies. Okay, now let's talk about the projectors. Projectors are like 20 to 21% of humanity. As a projector, you don't have sustainable energy to push content volume like a generator does. You attract through a different mechanism. And your mechanism is not output, it's depth. So as a projector, you have a focused aura. Your focused aura actually penetrates the auras of other people, of the other human design types. So for this also, your brand works through recognition. So that means people need to recognize your special ability, your special talents. That means like someone reads one thing or watches a video or has a conversation and they feel more seen than they have in months of following other accounts. That is the special ability that you have, that people need to recognize you. And that is the signal. So when a projector tries to compete on frequency or match the output of a generator dominant market, then the content gets thin and the energy depletes and the brand becomes indistinguishable. So projectors are built to see systems and people clearly. And the best projector marketing makes the audience feel that clarity directed at them. So that means being specific over producing volume. And one piece of content that lands precisely beats 5 pieces that are broadly relevant. The invitation energy matters here too. Projectors attract through being recognized, which means the brand has to be legible enough that the right people can find them and know they found the right person. So the recognition part of a projector is directly connected to their strategy being invited or waiting for the invitation. So that means only when a projector is recognized in their special abilities, people can find them, recognize them, and then know like, oh, wow, I found the right person. And then they can actually invite this projector to go deeper into the kind of work they do. So now let's talk about the reflector. The reflector is the rarest human design type. So it's only like 1% of humanity. And that also means that most marketing advice was never built and written for a reflector because they were completely different. So no generic playbook works for them. A reflector's brand magnetism works through reflection, like the name says already. So they absorb and mirror the community they're in. And at their best, they show this community something true about itself. This is not a passive role. It's one of the most powerful brand positions available, but only when the reflector understands it. So actually, if you are a reflector and you work in the coaching industry, you can charge the highest prices because as a reflector, when somebody works with you, this person is always more him or herself when they work with you because you are the mirror. And if somebody sees something that they don't like, it's something they don't like in themselves. So when it comes to marketing and building your business, consistency looks very different for a reflector. So it's not about posting daily or having a fixed schedule, but it's more like showing up in your own rhythm that matches your 28-day lunar cycle, which allows the quality of observation to very naturally instead of forcing a stable persona across all of it. If you're a reflector who tries to build a brand on a fixed identity, that will burn you out. Instead, you're supposed to build your brand on honest witnessing of the market, of the community, and of what's shifting. And once you do this, you become someone people follow to understand what's actually happening in their space. Now I'm curious, what's your human design type? So feel free to leave that as a comment under this episode. And I hope now you understand that you don't need to ditch your entire marketing plan. You need to understand the mechanism underneath the one that you already have and the strategies that you have been using until now to build your business and to market your business and make the shifts. Make the shifts according to your human design type, according to your energy, according to how you are most magnetic to the right clients. And that could be like posting from your actual sacred response instead of posting following your content calendar. Or it could mean dropping the content volume and instead going deeper. And if you want to know exactly how your human design translates into your specific brand and marketing strategy, then the magnetic marketing reading is the right place for you. So I'm inviting you to check this out and you will find everything in the show notes. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs to hear it. And leaving a review means more people find the show. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.